Moi kai kile. So, before we face the snow leopard Chien-Pao itself, we're going to have a short pregame chat just to release everything what's on our minds. Hence, that's the reason why, or that's also the reason why this segment is called the Swan Sauna. And Billy Ray, thanks for joining in. Yep, you can join the raids later once this segment is done. So, there has been a lot of things going on recently, and I did additional testing on the solar lights I bought, which I mentioned on my previous stream during the second watch and raid. I'll be making a video of that separately, probably for that yellow basket thing on TikTok. So, I rarely open Twitter nowadays because of everything going on. Everything feels like a shitstorm. I was like, mainted mitatapatoy tasa mail masa. I don't know what's going on with this fucking world, but anyway, this I did retweet some random creators out of pure boredom just because I find their topic interesting. But hear me out. So, now that I've got this loaded, let me just pull up a few retweets that I got. And since this is just the sauna where you can vent on before going on an actual raid, now is the time to just vent out any, crazy stuff going on. So I've been following a few VTubers on Twitter just to get ideas on like how they formed their lore, how they came up with their lore, and how they announced their lore on their streams or videos. But instead, all I got is just harassment from these Karens down under who are allegedly backed by a cult. So, according to this, I guess they're a VTuber named Ember Paradox. What happened here is that they posted a video reacting to another creator who called out Collective Shout, Perkele, why did you tag that group? You're not supposed to do that if you don't want to be harassed. But anyway, is it weird that some, as what people call it, Karens, call out controversial stuff on certain games, forcing payment processors to do, or let's say, forcing payment processors to like not process payments related to those games under the guise of protecting children, while ironically they're trying to defend cuties. Like, are you alright? Where did you get the idea of defending a controversial movie? Are you trying to copy Sneeko by any chance? Like, the reason why I have an issue with this group, it's not just because of their stance against cuties, not because of their harassing or, according to this creator, according to some creators, trying to be, oh, Garediciat, thanks for the follow there. So where were we? Yes. So when this creator appealed this takedown, for some reason it was denied. I suspect this was AI moderated. So I suspect this is AI moderated instead of being reviewed by like an actual human who can clearly see it's just a reaction, not a direct attack. But maybe I have a feeling they're just afraid to reinstate it for fear of retaliation from these Karens. Anyway, but at least they did try to, reach out a few more creators like Tactown and Asmongold. Maybe they can handle this better. I admit I didn't do much research. This just slipped into my Twitter is in Finnish. The reason why my Twitter is in Finnish as well, I hate the fucking use tab that appears if you set the language to English. Whether if you set this to English US or English UK, I fucking hate the news tab. It's always orange demon this, orange demon that. All of them are US politics news, and I fucking hate that. That's the reason why I'm really obsessed with Europe, because let's just say that I just don't like the orange demons, especially with that smug face of his. And that's also the reason why, of all the Pokemon, I fucking hate Yungoos and Gumshoes. And there's another funny thing by this username Chibi Reviews. The UK wants to force YouTube to promote British public service content on the homepage as soon as you open the site. This is questionable, especially if, let's say that some people have their YouTube accounts set to certain regions, especially if they made it outside of the UK. For example, if yours is set to the Philippines, you might expect a lot of news from local sources. But on my case, even though I don't live in Finland, I set my region to Finland because one, I'm learning Finnish. Second, I just don't like the news outlets that show up, whether if it's the international one, because anything related to news is always there, and it's getting annoying if they're talking about US related news or politics. Plus, not to mention, again with the orange demon's face, again with the political news, it's always politics this, politics that. I just want to save gameplay and fucking Eurovision. Anyway, that's the reason why I set my region to Finland, because what I find surprising if you set your YouTube region to Finland is that you don't get any news related stuff bombarded on the YouTube homepage, which is nice. Like, I was shocked at first because I was told by my cousin to, set my region to Finland to avoid local content. Yeah, there are a lot of local content in my own country that can be a little cringe, but that's for another topic. For now, I just like to mention that that setting my region to Finland is worth it. That's why I can avoid all the crazy news from Yhdysvallat or whatever you call that in Finnish. Or how should I put this? I mean, it feels like a breath of fresh air. I mean, not even Yle, not even Yle, not even Yle or MTV Kolmonen pushes news on the YouTube homepage, unlike other regions. That's the reason why it feels like paradise. I can't say about the mobile app because I'm using I'm using something. I don't think I can say it on stream, but I'm using something 'cause I need looping music when I'm cooking dinner or lunch. And of course, that kind of music is always Eurovision. So anyway, back to this. So yeah, it's getting annoying that you're trying to promote British public service content on the homepage as you open the site. But hello, our regions are not set to the UK. I don't know if other European countries would stand for this. Like, for example, if you set your region to Finland, you won't get the news feed. I'm not sure if for others, if they do get news feed from, like Yle or MTV. But let me know if I got that wrong. So, I mean, I'm going to lose it if that update comes into effect and I see a news mentioning the orange demon and the one pushing the content is BBC. Perkele. I really would be tempted to say, I wish you get 0 points in the televote every year in Eurovision. That's already 2 years in a row. 0 points. I mean, it's really hilarious. But anyway, there's another topic here that I bookmarked on the, you know, on my own Twitter page. So, this particular VTuber who I follow named Nyara VT mentioned in her take that right-wing men don't deserve to be happy. Well, I know that's a little political angle, but I believe she has a point, especially those who are obsessed with politics and stuff. Like, I don't know if they took that First Timothy nonsense thing too literally, which is the reason why they're obsessed with the whole reproduction thing. But the irony is, who knows, maybe their money isn't enough to feed a family of 8 children. This isn't the 1920s. Okay, I'm not gonna mention this next tweet because it's a little complicated to mention. It's not the right time. So Pirate Nation mentioned that there is now a petition against YouTube's age verification. That's the one for the UK, which accidentally affected some EU countries. It's like you spilled a pot of beans, and it landed not just on the kitchen floor but also on the living room carpet. So anyway, I might add a link to this petition down on the description, especially if you're watching YouTube. But then, because it's because the YouTube is using AI here, and sometimes, or not really sometimes, AI often makes mistakes, especially with age verification. For example, if you're 30 and you look like 16, AI would assume you're 16. Sometimes they would look at how old the account is, which can also pose a problem. That's what happened to the Twitter accounts after UK's Online Safety Act came into effect. Even NSFW artists who had accounts that are like less than 5 years old, I don't know the exact number here, but that's the reason why they can't even access their own art. And ironically, the Orange Demon Land is trying to copy the UK example there. Like, Mita Vitua, I don't get the point. You're just trying to copy someone else's homework and making it worse. Alright, what else is here since we have a minute left to vent out before we start the raid? Delete one thing from Earth that you think would make it better. Yep, even though I get the political angle there, I was just overwhelmed at that time. Oh, here's a hot take that I really find it personal. Like, the UK moves to make C and C++ programming languages illegal to stop base coders from dereferencing the Online Safety Act. Like, okay, hear me out. Why would you make a programming language illegal because you're bloody mad in controlling the bloody population? Good luck trying to teach data structures without those vital programming languages. The reason why I had to mention my college favorite subject here is because, first of all, I don't know if I know that there are a lot of object-oriented programming languages like Python, which a lot of people use nowadays, but I'd still prefer the OG C or C++. And back then, we used C++. Not to mention data structures is my favorite college subject. That's how I got my moniker. Alright, looks like we're moving now. To our main event in just a moment. So, time okay, so time for us to move to the main event, which is the Chien-Pao raids. Okay, that's better. And before we hop in, even though we're on the actual game now, let me review some existing Terra builds that I had. Instead of building one from scratch, I'll review the builds that I might review an old build and likely adapt it to the Chien-Pao raid. And so I didn't have to memorize or try to look up Chien-Pao's moveset in advance. That would spoil the fun. But since all we know is just it's a Terra Ice with, of course, what is that? Sword of Ruin? I would assume that that a special move would likely work here. So, hold on, let me just set this up. So I have this old build with Drain Punch, Swords Dance, Leer, and Taunt, and this is Terra fighting with Iron Fist. Now, given that Chien-Pao happens to be Terra Ice, Taunt would basically be useless with this one. So I'm revamping old builds before hopping into the raid, of course. There we go. Alright, that should update. Raging Fury won't do because the Infernape would be confused. Close Combat? I don't think this one would work. Flare Blitz has recoil. Fire Spin is special. Flame Wheel. I mean, this would do. I'm looking for Fire Punch. I don't know why Infernape can't learn Fire Punch. It doesn't make sense. Unless if it can learn Fire Punch. Oh, wait. I'm not gonna look up the learn set now. So, I might have to replace Taunt with something else because because I have a feeling that just like Wochen, the shield would be up early. Alternately, I'll just use Vega. Hold on, let me just look for Vega here. Where did I put the Typhlosion? Typhlosion. Not the Hisuian. I'm using the Cantonian. Because if I use the Hisuian, who knows? Maybe Chien-Pao might have Snarl. I'm not gonna tempt that. Latico Irdexan, there we go. Invite online, please. Alright, we'll get to that shortly. I'm currently rebuilding this. So, where were we? So, we have Lava Plume, Terra Blast, Flame Charge, and Shadow Ball. Wait, did I have a held item? Oh, no. I don't have the held item. So, we'll try with... Yeah, let's try with Typhlosion first, because this is a special build, as you can see here. And then, hold on, let me also ping a few people who might also want to join me. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I think. Wait, Lava Plume, Terra Blast, Flame Charge. Yeah, I think I need a held item first. So, where was I? I'll be using Fighting Terra, Iron Hands. Hey, why didn't I think of Iron Hands? But anyway, let me just get a quick Shell Bell first, so that I have a held item for Typhlosion. Then I have to change the Terra type to Fire, just in case of Ice attacks. Also, if it's not Snarl, I have a feeling that Chien-Pao might have Sucker Punch, but we'll figure that out. We'll see that once the raid begins. Just need to tweak some items or builds a little bit. Billy, that's not the what do you call this? That's not the belly drum Iron Hands build, right? The one that you're planning to use. Since as far as I remember, there are still people using the belly drum. Hey, Stream Hub World. Oh, why the thumbs down, bro? Wait, I forgot. This isn't the right city for the Shell Bell. It's Levinsea. Whoopsie. Fighting Terror, Iron, Green Punch, spam. Okay, we're now in the right location. There we go. Found the Shell Bell. Oh, you don't have to spoil it. But anyway, thanks for putting it there. But alright, now that we've got the item, I just need to change the the Terra type, because it's currently showing as Terra Flying. I forgot what I did. That was during the Watchen raid. So anyway, where's that Shell Bell? Oh, there it is. And I always do a sanity save, because there are some rare cases where this game crashes midstream. Alright, just one more trip to Medali before we begin. And I think Typhlosion was already hyper trained when I used it for a different build, like for VGC, but or Doppels. So might as well take advantage of it. Oops. Alright. Fire Terra Shards. Yep. There it is. Just a piece of lore about Typhlosion and why I nicknamed it Vega. This actually started with Pokemon Go, and when I get some fire types that I like, I get their nicknames from code names of AMD graphics cards or processors. So yeah, I named the Typhlosion after a popular graphics card. Alright, so let's look for Chien-Pao's den here. Should be right here around the map. There we go. Wait, What's this? Oh, I thought it's a shine. Okay, I got distracted there. So, we're heading to the raid den now, and so that we can have our first raid of the evening. There we go. Yep, this is the Watchin' Terra Crystal, alright. I'll be using the special attacker here. Alright, so to all viewing on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Party.com, and Facebook, start joining now. And if there are less than 4 people joining, I'll lock in at 30 and we'll start the raid at 10. Alright, we've got Billy Ray here. And I guess he'll be using Iron Hands as mentioned in the chat. We'll just wait for 2 more players so that we can finally start. And just like on the previous raid, or just like on the Watchin' event, after every raid or after every win, I'll do a clock reset. It's because once Chien-Pao is defeated 1 million times, or at least 1 million times, then this shiny Chien-Pao would be available via mystery gift at a later date. Na, 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 na. You think only those who participate the raid will get the shiny Chien-Pao? To be honest, I don't know. I'm only guessing that it's everyone. I mean, it's because it's a mystery gift. Like, defeat this 1 million times, and then it will be available for like receiving. Alright, so I'll lock this in at 10 for those who will join late. Or to give more leeway, I'll just make it 5 instead of 10. And there we go. First raid of the evening. Yep, same. We did our part. we even had a stream the other day with the Watchin', and I had the backup from my squad there. All right, let's see what the bots are using. Umbreon and Staraptor. Okay, that helps with Intimidate. So it's defense that's lowered. Oh, it also has Ruination. And good call with that Umbreon with a Thunder Wave. Oh, great. I forgot the haze. Just need to like repeatedly attack with flame charge so that I can reserve my, lava plume for after terrestrializing. Oh, this is a belly drum build. No wonder it's hard not to imagine Iron Hands without belly drum. Because outside of event raids, I think this is also used. Nope, not enough, not enough. Alright. Time to Terra. It would be nice if there's a third player using a, using an alchemy to decorate like any special attacker. Whoa. That's a lot. Wait, just a few more hits to break the shield. Oh, great. There goes my speed. Wait. Okay, nice. At least Iron Hands finally terrestrialized. Plus the shield is finally broken. Alright, I'll just keep spamming Lava Plume. Good thing we have that NPC Umbreon. I might also post a build of this. Okay, I sharded in too much. Alright, let's see if this knocks out. Yes, it knocks out Chien-Pao. Okay. A little underwhelming, given that given that even using a Typhlosion would knock out Chien-Pao. So let's see what the rewards are. Sweet and sour herba mystica. Hey, you're welcome. Good game as well. So, XP candies, ice terras, and star pieces. Yep. This time, instead of zinc, we have protein. So let's reset the clock. And let me just do a sanity save here before doing a clock reset. Wait. I realized that I forgot to turn on the sync back even when not playing Scarlet and Violet. Like, I had a few games of Fortnite in Overwatch, and I forgot to turn on the auto sync of the clock. Good thing I'm not playing, what do you call this? Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door, because if it does detect that you change the clocks even once, or even more than 2 times a day, it will just disable the whole lottery thing. Okay, so now we have the raid locations reshuffled. Now to look for the new one. And it's just near here. Oh yeah, and for the shiny hunters out there, there are mass outbreaks. Just like on the last event. I didn't mention the... Can I participate? Sure, no problem. You can participate more than once. Okay, let me just save this first. Let me also lock in Typhlosion as well. Alright, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Party.com, and Facebook. Start joining now. Alright, we've got Billy here again. Let's wait for a few more people to join in. And just to reiterate, if there are, if there are other players who join or who, if there are other viewers who like just tuned in, you're welcome. So if there are if there are viewers who just tuned in, I'll be locking in at 30 and we'll start the raid at 5. I just need to be a little more lenient here. Hold on, let me just get some water while this is counting down. Alright, I'm back. And I have the bottle of water near me. So, okay, so after winning or after this raid or after winning this raid, I'll detail the I'll detail the build first before we proceed to the next one. Just for just for letting anyone know on a future video on what stats to raise. Okay, so what do the NPCs bring this time? What? Why does Ruination always miss? Okay, chilling water would be nice since it lowers the attack, but ironically Chien-Pao has haze. Anyway, we have the shield up now. Alright, that's a classic belly drum. And just one more flame charge so that I can finally terastallize. Alright, time to Terra! And leave a burn on the Chien-Pao as well, hopefully. Okay. Okay, the shield's almost down. That would affect Iron Hands though, but oh, Iron Hands is now terastallizing and the shield is down, everyone. Oh, not to mention I left a burn on the... Never mind, it's gone now. But I did leave a burn on the Chien-Pao. Nice. Okay, just a few more hits to finally win this. Huva, Vega. Now Chien-Pao's knocked out again. So again, if this gets to 1 million wins, this is the next mystery not raid, mystery gift. And it's shiny, of course. Alright. Herba Mystica, salty, sour, and spicy. Okay, they didn't leave. No worries, mate, no worries. I have a feeling, though, that once there's a mint included on the rewards, we might know what nature Chien-Pao could be. But the one where I mentioned that Watchen has a careful nature, it's just speculation based on the mint. So we'll find out on the 8th once this is finally released. So after this sanity save, before I do another clock reset, let me first explain this build. So it's a Terra Fire. So it's a Terra Fire Typhlosion holding a Shell Bell. Additionally, this has Lava Plume and Flame Charge as the main moves. I didn't bother changing Terra Blast or Shadow Ball there because I might have forgot. I was actually trying to find something that would increase its, special attack. But I doubt that Typhlosion can learn Nasty Plot, so I left Terra Blast and Shadow Ball there. And even though Chien-Pao doesn't have Fire-type moves, I kept the ability as Flash Fire even though Blaze also works. Likely Blaze is recommended if you're that unlucky. So unlucky that it will bring Typhlosion's health down to like 1/3 or less, as long as it's not knocked out. Anyway, let's do another clock reset, just for the sake of the viewers. Nope, there's nothing yet. no, I not sleep mode. All right. Looks like looks like the maps or the terror raid locations have changed. Time to look for Chien-Pao's den here. After this raid, we'll try a different build. So, just to avoid sticking to Typhlosion. Alternately, I might try a support build if there are other players joining. But for now, let's use this build one more time. Have you tried Iron Moth? Unfortunately, no. I haven't tried using Iron Moth in this raid yet. Plus, I might have to, ask a Violet player if they have a spare Iron Moth. Wait, Tauros? Oh, you're suggesting like how should I put this? Paldean Tauros against Chien-Pao? Maybe down the line, I might ask my boyfriend to go on a union circle because he plays Violet, I play Scarlet, so maybe I can try to union circle with him in a future day just to get an Iron Moth with my own, trainer info. At least I can freely change the nickname. So anyway, wait. Anger Point and... Oh yeah, Anger Point. How could I forget it? So anyway, here's the new code for everyone. And after that, we'll try another build. Alright, we've got a new player joining in. Alright, we still have 2 more slots. After this raid, how should I put this? After this raid, I'll try another build, of course, just to avoid things getting stale. And while waiting, sometimes I'd like to peek on the messages that Automod has caught. So let me see what Automod has caught here. 25 minutes ago. Oh, what's this? Another promotion? Yep, another promotion of that fake view services thing. Yeah, those are really, those can get annoying fast. Okay, we've got 1 minute left. I have a feeling that Florian's Iron Hands build would be the same as what Billy is using. Alright, locking in. Last chance for those who can still join. And I'll lock this in at 5. Okay, too late. We're now beginning. And I also noticed that Chien-Pao doesn't have any stat raisers there, only haze. So, we'll try a different build. I'm not sure if it can swap out that Sword of Ruin, but we'll figure that out. Okay, who gets Ruination? Oh! Ow! Why does it have to be fucking me? Yep, just as I thought. Belly drum and likely drain punch. Wait, is the shield up already? Yep. There it is. There's your shield. Close combat? Are you sure about it? I mean, it's a little risky to use close combat this early. It's okay if it's already terastallized, but that shocked me. I mean, this early? Alright, let's see if Vega survives the Icicle Crash. No! But at least I can terastallize the next turn. Too late. There's haze. Wait, that was fast. Just let me terastallize, even if the shield is already broken. So, how should I put this? Sacred Sword, which it has ignores stat changes. And the rest of the moves are Icicle Crash, Haze, Ruination. Yeah, it was in the early chat, but... Oh, Ice Shard as well. But it doesn't do much. Okay, this is perfect for close combat. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, let's see what the rewards are. So we have Sour, Bitter, Herba Mystica, some bottle caps, a nugget, the usual. I find it strange that there's... Yeah, GG. I find it strange that there's no mint for this. Maybe the mint will come later. We'll try it. This time let's try another build instead of using my Typhlosion. So I have... Yeah, let me just put Vega in the Terra Rates box here. But in this case, let me evaluate a few previous builds. So we have Skeledirge, which happens to have Unaware. This is also a special user. Annihilate? Looks like no one talks about this. Hold on. Let me just pull this up. I think there's nothing else to be changed in this one, but this is already a copy-paste build from somewhere that I haven't used for a while now. So yeah, this is a bulk up, Drain Punch, Screech, and Rage Fist. But let's try something else here. Corviknight Body Press. We're looking for a special build here. Okay, this is Scald. I think I'll reserve this mana fee for the Chi raid. What about our Chaludon? It does have Body Press. I think I used this during the Komodo raid or something. Not Crocodile. This is... how should I put this? Yeah, that's a no-go as well. Hey, why not Scizor? Might as well use this. But even though I might have used this on a different build, but currently this has... Okay, this has Swarm. Currently, this is X-Scizor. X-Scizor is only its attacking move. So why not replace one? Why not replace Leer with something like Bullet Punch? But wait, this is 40. I need something that makes more sense here. Fury Cutter? Nope. You know what? I'll go with Iron Head. X-Scizor would be fine if you're trying to terrestrialize at first, but I guess I have to replace this with... Wait. Let me double check. Focus Energy... Yeah, this only deals damage with no additional effects, but this is better than nothing. Iron Head. Okay, that's fine. I just have to change Scizor's Terra type to Steel. I hope I still have Steel Terra Shards, but first I need to go to Medali. Okay, I have steel Terra shards. That's good news. Now to give this to Scizor. Alright, so let me re-examine the moves first. Okay, so I have moves here that have 100 accuracy. I don't get... Wait, scope lens is for critical hits. That's fine. But the problem is, I need something to regain health. So I'm back to Levincia for the Shell Bell. Okay, there it is. Even though scope lens is fine for the critical hits, I don't have any regen, so I have to use something. So let me swap out scope lens for the Shell Bell. Of course, it's always a thing that Shell Bell is a must for raids. Of course, sanity save as usual. Alright, one more check. And let me also explain the build for Scizor that I'll be using in this Chien-Pao raid. So we have Terra Steel, held item is Shell Bell. The moves I pick here are Sword Stance, X Scizor, Iron Head, and Focus Energy. The purpose of X Scizor there is just simply to hit Chien-Pao 3 times before terrestrializing. Then, after terrestrializing, feel free to go nuts with Iron Head. Focus Energy and Sword Stance are there for critical hits and attack boosts respectively. That's an Adamant Mint max HP max attack build. And of course, this part is irrelevant. So, sanity save, clock reset. Time for another clock reset. So that we can try 3 raids with this build. Alright, let's see if... Oh, there it is. It had to be in the tag tree thicket of all places. Alright. There we go. And I already have Scizor here by accident. Alright. Okay, so we have Scizor ready. Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Party.com, Facebook. Start joining now. Alright, we've got... Okay, so we've got Florian from earlier. We just need two more. At least Scissor could use a backup. Nice, we've got a third player joining in. Nagi, I believe. Perfect. We just need one more so that we can finally start. Yep, they're Japanese. I did try Japanese on Duolingo like several times, but let's say that I'm not that fluent at it. And one time when I talked to some students from a Japanese school in a city where I've been to at one point, they told me that the Japanese taught in Duolingo is like, quote, too formal for them. But I can get that, because I can get what they're trying to say here, because they did study the language at an actual Japanese curriculum, as a school that has Japanese language in the curriculum. So if you're trying to cross the zebra crossing and they're in the way, and if you spot those students, just tell them sumimasen and then they'll make way, especially if you're in a hurry. There's no subtitle. And speaking of language learning, I did watch Finnish television shows without even asking for subtitles. I think it also means excuse me, like excuse me, can you let me pass, or something like that. It's not. I have a feeling that gomenasai is usually the phrase used to say sorry, like if you did something not intentional. Anyway, let's begin. To steal one fire. Yep, I did. And the NPC is a belly ball. Ooh, shiny. Oh, I get where the fire came from. It's Coridon. And the ruination went to the belly bolt. Ice shard, really? That doesn't do much. Oh yeah, I forgot. Haze. I should have used focused energy there. Shield up, everyone. Even Sacred Sword didn't do much. But the weird logic is, why are fighting type moves useless against bugs? Given that you can crush a cockroach by using flip-flops. Oops, my bad. X is our first, so that I can finally terrestrialize. Wait, are they using close combat as well? Oh, Meteor Mash. Nice. I forgot that it also raises attack. Oh no. They have Mud Shot. Okay, I might be in danger after I terrestrialize here. Time to go nuts with the terrestrialization. And break the shield, of course. Now we just need Lucario to terrestrialize. Oh, there they are. They just terrestrialized. No, I flinched! But at least the shield is broken. I need to heal up. Because me and Lucario are in danger here. Okay, it did heal, but it's not that much. No! This isn't good. I need to... Oh, wait. At least Coridon saved us. Thanks a lot, mate. That was a close call. We almost lost it. Alright, so let's reset the clock after this one. Yeah, it's a GG. We almost lost there. Okay, what's this now? Ability patch? The usual? Still no mint. There better be mint on the later rounds. At least so that we can get an idea on what nature this Chien-Pao is going to be. Or at least speculate. Okay, sanity save, then clock swap. This is easier than what others do were, how should I put this? Let's check if the raids have changed. If not, we'll try this again. Anyway, the clock reset is faster compared to, you know, saving outside the raid den and then restarting the game. It's because you have to go online, which is the extra step here. Okay, there we go. I mean, it didn't swap, but at least we just turn on and off the sync. There. Let's look for the Chien-Pao Raiden. Adamant according to Cerebi? Oh. Thanks for the hint. I didn't look up Cerebi just to try to keep things surprising. Just like what I did on the first Watch and Raid. I didn't look up. I didn't join a pub as a different stream while... I didn't join a different raid while off stream. So, anyway, where were we? Oh, these are those cute dogs. Anyway. Yep, there it is. See, and since you mentioned that it's an adamantment, I have a feeling that Chien-Pao, once released, would be adamant in nature, but it's just my theory. Because it's usually this. whatever nature the mint comes in is usually the same nature of the raid boss. Anyway, viewers, you know what to do. Here's the code. So yeah, everyone can join. The code is up there. Okay, we have a minute left for everyone to join in. Looks like I'm going solo in this one. I don't know why no one's joining. But if you want me to try to solo this, why not? Might as well give it a shot. Alright, time to go solo in this for now. And the one who gets ruination is me. Oh, it had to be me. And interesting that Corviknight has a scary face build even though Thunder Wave is better in just reducing speed. Because of Haze, of course. Yep, there it is. Just one more so that I can finally terrestrialize. On second thought, I might heal first. Yeah, the reason why I had to heal first is because I don't want to get knocked out after I terrestrialize. I didn't even use focus energy because I forgot. Anyway, time to Terra. Okay, how big is the... Whoa. Might as well use focus energy in the middle. At least it isn't affected by haze. Oh, I forgot. Dark types can pierce steel now. This might not be good. No! Why? Okay, after using this, I'll get back to Typhlosion to see if it can go solo if no one joins. Or still waiting for someone to publicly join in. I mean, this one is already a public one. I'm not trying to gatekeep this. Okay, that was Ironhead. I thought I was knocked out there for a second. Yep, I'm losing this one. I'll get back to Typhlosion after this raid. So yeah, the LDR Scissor build should not be used solo. You need a teammate for this. Yep, I lost. Time to use Typhlosion again. I had to adjust my leg there. Okay, so I'll put Scizor back in the box. I might have to swap this with Espathra. Swap with Alchemy. Swap with Registeel. Alright, I'm using Typhlosion again. And for those who still want to join, please join in now. So yeah, if no one joins this particular raid, this might the next one would be the last one for this evening's stream. Alright, just a minute. We've got a minute now. Okay, locking in. So, yeah. I'll start this at 5 in the timer, so at least some viewers can still join in. The question is, can Typhlosion solo this raid with its aura? At least there's that defense by the NPCs or something. But who knows? And yeah, shields are up now. Shields are going to be up now. Oh no, I'm in danger. I even forgot to, you know, I forgot what I'm trying to say. I forgot to, hold on. Got my tongue. Okay, at least I can terrestrialize next turn. Probably, maybe. Alright, let's see if this breaks the shield easily. It was easy here at the start because I have a backup. But if I lose this, then this build is not for solo players. Okay, that dealt a lot of damage. That's very helpful. Now I just need several lava plumes to, break the shield. At least Gardevoir has life dew, which I needed since earlier. I don't know why they did. I don't know why the AI did not pick life dew on the dot when I had low health there. I didn't raise any stats. So this might be a hot take. Skeleturge would be useful because of Unaware, but the problem is it's a ghost type and Chien-Pao has Crunch. That would also pose a problem unless Skeleturge already terrestrialized. Okay, I am almost going to lose this one. I just have to keep spamming Lava Plume just to get the health down to 0 before the timer's up. Crunch in too much, there's that double attack. I just need to get Lava Plume in time. Good! Even though the one that knocked out is the Clodsire. So yeah, you can use Typhlosion solo, but only if you have the right backup. And yes, those are the usual results. Okay, and this next round would be the last for this evening's stream, unless someone joins in. So, clock reset. Oh, hold on. Let's just do a sanity save here. Okay, there. Now we've got the raid locations shuffled. And let's look for the next Chien-Pao raid, which will be the last if no one joins. Oops, what's this? Oh! Maybe I should have used a camera because it has anger point. Oh yeah, because it has anger point. Why didn't I think of it? Anyway, maybe that's for, a different raid. Maybe I'll use a camera on the Chiyu raid, but that's for a later date. So anyway, time to select Vega. If no one joins this raid, this would be the last one for this evening's stream. Anyway, start joining now, if you're still there. Okay, so so far I've only redone a Typhlosion build and a Scizor build, at least for this raid. But maybe on the next Chien-Pao one, which I'll have a squad as a backup, that would be... yeah, I'll let them know what moves I'll be using. But anyway, yeah, we still have 3 players left. Alright, we've got 1 minute left. So if no one joins by the end of the timer, then this is the last raid for this evening stream. Okay, locking in at 30. Yep, looks like we're facing another solo here. Alright, another solo round. And yes, I get the ruination as usual. Alright. Let me just use Flame Charge, just for the sake of terastallizing. I don't get this NPC why they used a Mudstale. That's a ground type. Given that Chien-Pao is ice type, good thing this isn't used by a real player. Anyway, shields up. Okay, I'm in danger here. Oh yeah, it uses crunch again. I have to use the heal cheer here because it might use ice shard, if not crunch. That would be bad. At least it used Icicle Crash, which still puts me in the danger zone. I'll keep using... yeah, I'll keep using this. The only issue here is I might get knocked out because of crunch. Yeah, I knew it. It's going to use Ice Shard. Alright, so might as well take on this. Yep, I've already terrestrialized. So that burn might be either from Lava Plume or from Arcanine's Flamethrower. Oh wait, that's from my Lava Plume. Which is the point? To get Chien-Pao burn so that it won't deal much damage. Physical damage, I mean. Critic. Oh, fuck. Yep, there goes the haze again. Alright, just one more Lava Plume to break the shield. And for me to catch up before the timer runs out. Yeah, it's using Ice Shard. I still have... Oh. They're able to break the shield before I do. So yeah, this might prove my point that Typhlosion can be used if you're that lucky from the start. Just need to move fast here because of that fucking timer. No, the burn is gone. And I'm about to lose this. Okay, the burn is back. Just need one more instance of Lava Plume. Crunch doesn't do much. Oh no, not the fucking Icicle Crush. Please don't run out of time. No! Why am I a second late? I was this fucking close. So yeah, using this as a solo build is a fucking coin toss. You can either get lucky if there is a Life Dew user, or if not, then good luck. Anyway, that would be for this evening's raid. Thanks to Billy, and to Florian, and to Nagi for joining in the previous rounds earlier. So, on the next stream, I'm not going alone facing Chien-Pao. I'll bring some backup. And until then, see you later, nerds.